What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait, I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's where we build Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Who the fuck is this? Paging me at 5:36 in the in the morning, crack of dawn, and now I'm yawning. Wipe the coal on my eye. See who's this paging me and why. Excuse me. Welcome to the breakdown. Episode 744. We're almost at 800. Well, almost at 750. Let's just do 750 and then we'll go to 800. Welcome. Title sponsor Midnight. Shout out to Midnight. Also cash me at Midnight City. You know what time it is. Every Friday we go ahead and venture into Midnight City, me and Landy. Okay. And also, Polymarket. Polymarket is the official prediction market sponsor of the breakdown. Shout out to Polymarket. Also, Cake Wallet. We'll have Vic on today along with Seth. The team from Cake Wallet will be on here to talk about the new product that they have. Okay. Separate from Cake Wallet, it's a new product that came out with. We'll talk about, I don't want to mention the product's name. You might know, fuck it. I said it yesterday. Radar chat. Okay. We'll talk to Vic and Seth about it today at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you want the latest news or the latest data in crypto, go to gmarkets.io. Hello, hello, hello. Hello to everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, my name is. What's going on? What's good? What's happening? Crypto looking like it's coming back or sort of coming back. Let's look at what's happening with crypto. Let me go ahead and I haven't even looked to be honest with you. I haven't even fucking looked at what's happening with crypto. I know that money was added into the markets, the traditional markets. Crypto right now, total market cap is $2.25 trillion. Okay, there we go. And let's go ahead. Let's show this screen to you guys. I mean, I'm watching it myself. Let's show it to everybody. Let's go ahead and put that in there. There you go. Boom. Hello. Hi. The markets. Let's look at the heat map here. Bitcoin is hold on. Let me see it myself, man. I can't even see. I can't even see it myself. Bitcoin is up a percent today. You got Ethereum that's barely up. Solana is a 0.5%. What is really up here? What's happening here? Hold on. So we are, by the way, this is G Markets. So if you want to get all the latest news about your favorite cryptocurrencies, you go to gmarkets.io. Okay. You can get the social pulse as well. You can see who's talking about what KOL or what influencer is talking about whatever, or what community is talking about whatever. So you can go on there. All right. I mean, the market's green. I mean, it's not up by like 6-7% or shit like that, but like it's green and it's expected. I think this is, I think this is what we're looking at. I think this is what we're going to be looking at for the entire summer, even leading into September, and then we'll see more upwards movement. But I think right now people have sat back and realized, man, this is time for me it's my time to go ahead and buy. 6-7. It's time for me to go ahead and buy. I think that even with the bearish structure on the charts, I think people have realized, it's buying time kind of thing. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to you for finally looking at the markets and saying, you know what? This is an opportunity, man. This is nothing to be scared of. I need to figure out what I need to get into. The first sign, somebody said David Summer. I'm going to save Solana, okay? I will save Solana. I already said I'm coming here to save Solana now. All you guys went to Robinhood, okay? Every single one of you guys went to Robinhood. I'm here to save you. I'm here to save you. I'm here to save. I'm here to save everybody. That's right. I'm here to save. I am here. I'm laughing. I'm here to save. I really am. I'm going to save the meme economy. I'm going to save the meme economy. That's right. I'm going to save the memes. The memes deserve to be saved. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The memes deserve to be saved. We need a hero. We need a hero, and that hero happens to be me. But that's a glance at the markets, okay? I wouldn't be too scared, okay? I'm actually excited. I am very bullish on the markets, okay? I'm very absolutely bullish on the market. 100%. Bullish time to be in the goddamn market. Absolutely bullish time to be in the market. Don't be scared, okay? Do not be scared. Anyway, welcome back. What? I want to make sure my hair is perfect. This is the time. This is the time that you look at your ports, and the port means your portfolios. You look at it, and I know I've said this so many times, and for those who are tuning in, this might be very repetitive. But this is the time for you to sit here and sit back and look and say, you know what? Am I good? Am I good going into for the next? I got 2 to 4 months here where I can position myself very well. Am I good here? Am I good? That is what you need to be asking yourself. Am I?
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together. What first got you excited about blockchains?
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Hopefully it works now. It works now. I hope so. Welcome back. By the way, you know what I find funny? Why is everybody shilling their bull under my fucking tickers? In terms of why they shilling under my Twitter account. That's what I meant to say. Like every post I make, like people are shilling their shit under my thing. I mean, I did say what crypto are you buying right now? I mean, I did say that. I did. Like, I can't. But I'm just saying, man. There's only... There's only, there's only, there's only, there's only one white bull. It really is true. Let's bring Landy in. Landy, what's going on? Hopefully you're not, taking this shit or something here.
No, but whoa, that
No,
that
I'm
was a
just-
little loud. My bad.
What was a little bit loud?
When I first unmuted my microphone, I got a whole bunch of feedback.
For
So
me?
no, from me, from myself,
Oh.
and I. David, it's good to see you. It's good to see that.
I've
that
recovered
you-
from Rob.
I'm sorry, that was borderline hilarious. No, it wasn't.
He
Borderline
doesn't.
hilarious. It
Does
was
he
hilarious.
not? Am I insane? Like he does not let you talk.
You
Like
know,
as soon as when you're in your your mid-flight,
yeah.
he hits you with the turbulence.
Yeah, I mean, well, you and I are kind of known for buzzing the tower quite often, and then making a lot of noise. But this is what happens when you have two, in particular, the two of you. You have two people who have been longtime hosts, and then you go to talk to each other.
No, but like, why do you bring me on this show?
Well, he wants to beat you up. I mean, that's really what it comes
But
down to.
okay,
I think
I'm not. I'm boycotting because I'm not gonna come on the show and be a mannequin. Okay, like
I-
you're not
well,
gonna
David,
hit me like
I
a
think-
pinata and shit.
I think he's an anti-Zionist. I think he doesn't like Jews.
Oh my
I think that's
God,
what it
here
comes
we
down
go.
to. I think he's like, you know what, that guy Gockstein.
Well, we're definitely off of.
Like he says it, he supports, but I think he just wants to.
Let's see. TikTok probably removed me. Hold on. Let's look at that
Oh,
right now.
really? Come on, TikTok.
Thanks, Landy.
Oh, you're
My
welcome.
own people sabotaging me. My own people.
Immediately the phone.
Right. Absolutely limited visibility now. Absolutely
There's
limited.
no
visibility.
way. There's
Yeah.
no way.
They hit the real quick limited visibility. Thanks, Landy. Shout out to Landy.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm telling you, it'd be your own people that are trying to take your legs out, bro. It is
Well,
crazy.
as I'm describing possible ops, host
You are the
ops.
ops. I mean, like right now, you are the ops, bro.
Oh man.
Listen,
Well, I think maybe it's anytime you bring me on, it identifies me as unoriginal content. Oh, give me a second.
you know what? I don't.
Here.
You know what? I love TikTok. I'm done with it. You know, I am so fucking through with trying to walk this line. I've scrolled through TikTok and I've seen crazy shit on there, and that shit appears. I'm sure appears, and the visibility for those things appear everywhere. I say things that are being reported on fucking national TV, and yet I get limited visibility. I get limited visibility on my commercials.
Is
Like
what
that
you're
is crazy.
You're okay.
Anyway, I want to talk about. Let's talk about the meme economy. I want to get back to the meme economy. Okay, Landy will be right back because he went to take a poo poo. Okay, he's taking a poo poo, so he'll tell us when he's back on. Okay, put him back into the green room. If you think I don't notice things, I notice everything. So I'm gonna say that again. I notice everything. Some people panicked. If you really believe in something, there is no panic. All you see is, all you're looking at is a goal. All you're looking at is, okay, that's the goal. We're going to keep building brick by brick. We're going to keep building. Nothing's going to stop us from building. Yet, people are still fascinated by a market cap, the number, the candles. So you don't really believe. I'm going to make everybody believe. I'm telling you, it's going to be torture, but I'm going to make people believe. Bottom line, I'm going to make you believe. If you are, this is the problem in crypto. This is the problem in memes. People say that they believe until a red candle hits. And that red candle will make you question life. When there are green candles, everybody's absolutely fucking happy. When the red hits, everybody's belief in the project goes to zero. Everybody's a scammer. Everybody's a grifter. You hate. Everybody's bad. Everybody's a bad person. How many times do I have to say, it is not up to one individual? It is not up to one individual. I'm going to say this again. I understand why everybody has come to crypto. Okay? I understand why everybody came to crypto. You came here to make gains. You came here to profit. Okay. That's totally fine. But at some point, you got to look at this stuff and say, I believe in this. Like, I truly believe in what I'm in. I believe that this will be successful, or it has an opportunity to win out. I hate giving this fucking speech because what did I say about motivation? It only lasts for a day or two, and then it disappears. That's what motivation is. What did Mike Tyson say? Being determined is doing things, or dedicated or determined. I forgot which word he used here, but either or, it's doing things that you don't like to do, but you keep doing them, kind of thing. If you need to be motivated, if somebody needs to go ahead and I mean this, if somebody needs to motivate you into believing that something could succeed, I recommend you get the fuck out of whatever you're in and you go and you work at IHOP, the Waffle House, whatever. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Let me get the exact quote here that Mike Tyson would say, because I thought it was really good. This is what he said. Mike Tyson said, discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. That's my mindset. Like anything that I do, that's the mindset. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. It was discipline. That's why I say, like, if you need to be motivated into doing something, that motivation is a 24 to 48 hour high. Like, that's all it is. After that, it tails off. Now what? I'm telling you, I've witnessed today. I witnessed today as I was working out early in the morning. I chose to work out early in the morning. I witnessed today people panicking. I'm telling you, this is going to be like boot camp. This is going to be boot camp for a lot of people. Everybody thinks crypto is easy money. Like that is, and nobody wants to fucking really build. And that's disappointing. Not a lot of people really want to build anything. You know what? I'm not talking about you building a product. I'm just saying just building in general, participating in building. He said never finished. Look at this guy in the chat, never finished. Guess what? I'm about that life. Never finished. I'm about that life. These are the books that I read. You know why I read these books? Because I want to make sure that mentally up here, that I'm unbreakable. I read these books so I make sure I train my brain to be I train myself to be unbreakable. Funny how this guy Fast in the chat, he said, David Goggins never finished. What do I got on my goddamn desk? What am I reading? You want to be the best at something? You got to put in the fucking work, man. You got to go and put in the fucking work. And this is for crypto heads. I understand that the broccoli headed son of a bitches have ruined your time here in crypto. I get that. But it's going to be up to you adults in the room to get your bowls back so we can go and get back to the good old days, the culture that we're accustomed to. It's very simple. I gave it to you in Cliff Notes. In order to get back to the good times, in order to have fun again, in order to participate in the culture that we're used to, if you are around, then we need the adults in the room to step up, grow some balls, and be leaders. Stop. Why do I have to keep on saying this? Stop depending on one goddamn person to save you, because nobody's coming to save you. Okay? Superman can't save everybody. Let's bring Landy back. Landy, what's going on?
Yeah, I had a small, tiny fan that was coming in to try to say hello on the show and request that TikTok uncensor the show as well. Yeah, so dad duty. It is the summer after all. But yeah, you know,
you know what it's like?
takes
I'm
work.
just disappointed with people that, you know, here I am on the show for 11 to 12 days now, telling people, you know, look, psychologically, people, we all look at charts, and you can be emotional when there are green candles and then the wick pops up. Like, I understand that, but you got to throw emotions. You got to throw emotions out, and like if you're building something, you got to build. You can't look at this fucking number. You can't look at market cap. You know, honestly, Landy, like market cap is such bullshit. Like it is such a bullshit number to look at. It doesn't tell you everything about what you're in. Do you understand? Like there are people that come out with market cap. Like right now, this thing running on Robinhood, there's this fucking cat. It went over 100 million, but it has $200,000 in liquidity.
Yeah.
So market cap means nothing. It means absolutely dick. If you went in early into this cat thing on Robinhood, if you went in early, just let you know, and you see $1 million in your wallet, you're not getting $1 million out of your wallet. Like it's not happening. There's only $200K in liquidity. How are you getting it out? You're probably getting like $30,000 out. If that, I'm being generous.
Yeah, with 200K in liquidity, you're looking at 100K aside.
The impact.
So yeah,
You will be the guy who destroys the entire project. Yeah, people will make fucking liquidity pools, whatever, bro. Like, still, again, market cap. You guys are blinded by a number. You run around with your unrealized gains, showing, look, mommy, look at me, look at. You know, if you hold Bitcoin, I can look. You know what? If you hold Bitcoin, you want to talk about market cap. You want to talk about, oh, I got $1 million in Bitcoin. You can actually take out $1 million in Bitcoin, and it won't affect Bitcoin at all.
Yeah, and that's it's because of the liquidity, and that is a problem and will remain a problem in this space for a long time.
Well, I mean,
But
look at Pepe, right? Like I'm gonna do the meme side of things, right? Well, Pepe got listed on all these exchanges,
yeah,
and now, like, if you're a holder of Pepe and you wanted to take, if you had $1 million in Pepe, you could take $1 million out.
but at the end of the day, that's someone's liquidity that they are putting in those pools to make those
Correct.
pairs.
Correct.
So
100%. So all I'm saying is, if you want to build something, build something. Build something. You're really about. Look, I already said this, Landy. I'm saving Solana. Okay, Solana needs a hero.
well,
It needs a
I
hero.
think that right now is the perfect time, especially for those that. Well, I don't really think there's a lot of new people here. Most of the people that are hanging out, most of the people that are watching the show, most of the people that hang out on X, and in any kind of crypto community, they've been around for a little while at this point. Very few new entrants that are here are brand new, right? They might be back, right, from being gone for a little while after the market took a downside turn. But this is the perfect time to up your game in terms of knowledge and understanding how the game works at the end of the day. And I've been stressing this over and over again. This is the time period to really understand how this stuff works, and understand that it's actually not about the market cap. It's about the liquidity, right? It's about putting in the effort and the work to build something that you want to see be successful. And it really doesn't matter what that is, whether it's a meme token, you're part of the community and you're building out community, or whether it's a project that's creating a product, or a network. You want to lay down a solid foundation of knowledge, and you have to put in the effort. You have to put in the work. It's the only way. It's very, and this is the time period, and the time in markets that will reward you the most. You don't learn a lot if you come into a bull market, you click the green button and you get lucky. You learn nothing. And most people round trip anyway. But for those that even do get lucky and take and pull profits, very few of them keep it because they just don't know how the game works. And this is the perfect time to level yourself up, understand these markets, and understand money in general and your psychology in general when it relates to how to make money and how to keep money. You're muted, David.
Thank you. I'm going to show you what I mean by when people get excited, right? So everybody was screaming Solana Summer, right? You know this, Landy. You've seen it, right? Solana
Yep.
Summer's here, right? Solana Summer. And then Vlad, the co-founder and the CEO of Robinhood, comes out and says, well, we like memes too. I'm just getting to the end of his tweet. And every single one of you guys jumped over to Robinhood to participate there. So you left everything here. Also, look at the chat. When we first started, when I created the pump.fun page, I'm just giving you, this is a social experiment. It really is, Landy, in real time, 4K. You are all in this chat. Now you're replying outside of the chat, and I hate when you guys do that. But you were in this chat. You made an effort to come in this chat to go ahead and scream and shout and yell. But as soon, I'm telling you, this is where, you know, this is where your conviction is tested, man. This is where your conviction is tested. Because when you see that new shiny toy, y'all chase. I don't need to give anybody the signal. I got to tell you right now, I don't need to give anybody the signal. You should, if you really are passionate about something, you don't need to wait for me, right? I'm being serious. Landy, am I wrong? You don't need to wait for me. If you are passionate about something, if you love something, if you think there is something to, if there are legs, potentially legs to a certain, you don't need me.
If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're wrecked.
I'm just saying, you don't need to wait for a call. If anything, if a call does come, then it's just icing on the cake. Like, why do I have to repeat myself and say, yo, when is everybody going to start believing in themselves? Like, what? One by one, brick by brick, you win. Or you at least have an opportunity to win. That's why I say, man, that this is going to be one of the hardest social experiments and tests for a lot of individuals, because people are going to figure out whether they're about this life or they're not. You know what, Landy, we talk about the meta, and I hate saying this, but we talk about the creator markets, right? We talked about it. I watched Ansem, and I'm studying all this. If you know me personally, I am studying this shit. I am looking and I'm studying. Ansem went ahead, doesn't tweet, the chart goes down. Doesn't tweet, chart goes down. 8 hours, he didn't say a word, chart went down. Ansem airdrop people. They started selling.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the bag? And at the end of the day, when he does all these things, like he gave you a free stimulus check and shit, in my eyes, or he rewarded people for absolutely vibing out with him, right? What did everybody do? Sell. You don't believe in what he's building. Like whatever he's building, whatever it is, you don't believe in it. As soon as tokens go into the hands of Jeets, it's over. And then and the funny part is the people selling are they point right at you. They're like, you're the guy. You're bad. Hold on, you just sold. No, but you're bad though. And that's the problem that we have in this space. It's like everybody's blown away that they walked in. You know what's funny? You don't see this, Landy. Nobody's complaining in the traditional markets. I don't want to compare the traditional markets to crypto because I do believe they're two different things. You can find similarities in them, but like they're two different things. I've never seen this in the traditional markets. You're bad, Elon. Well, that's just if you just like hate Elon's current position right now. Because Elon was loved. He was championed. By the way, I'm not talking shit about Robinhood. I think Robinhood, I've always said this, you can replay my shows. I think Robinhood is absolutely a great thing for crypto because it will onboard, the application itself will onboard a lot of new people into crypto. I've always said that. I've always said that. But you guys were so quick. You guys are selling. You guys are selling your conviction plays, as you call them. You're selling your conviction plays to get into dog shit. So you guys are selling at the bottom. This is what I don't understand about you guys. You're selling at the bottom to chase the tops. And you've been here for fucking 4 or 5 years. It's insanity to watch. It's just absolutely insane to watch. And so it doesn't matter what we say here. It doesn't matter what I fucking say. It doesn't matter what the puppet says. It doesn't really matter what Bits, Wolf Financial, Bitcoin, the sister channel, whatever. It doesn't matter what anybody says here because you guys don't fucking listen. And then after you lose your fucking ass, fucking swapping to this chain and that chain and that chain and this chain, you blame everybody except the person in the fucking mirror. It's your fault, nobody else's, because you ain't about this life. You are absolutely not serious, okay? You are not serious. Do not try to convince me that you are serious people. And then you want somebody to call something? Then you want so you can what? You can fucking, and by the way, if this message does not apply to you, let it roll off, okay? I'm gonna say this again. If this message does not apply to you, then let it roll off. But then these motherfuckers want to be here talking about call something? So what? You can destroy people's brands and then fucking say it's their fault for trying to build something? For trying to rally people? Get the fuck out of here. I don't blame anybody for my losses. If I press the buy button, it's on me. I went into it. You guys start fucking holding spaces, holding each other's hands. Oh my God. We went in the market. Yeah, motherfucker, it went down. Now what? Welcome to life. I don't know, man. Seriously, unserious people, man. You got why are you creating new tokens, by the way? You already got established people out here. And I'm a little bit pissed off too, Lanny Angle up front. I'm a little pissed off. I'm the original OG white bull. And I got some Levy Lavi, whatever his fucking name is. This guy fucking steals my whole shit.
Well,
I'm not mad. I'm just. Still, dude hijacked me, man. Dude robbed me at like 2 o'clock in the morning, man. What was the fuck? That shit, man. I'm walking in the streets. The dude hit me over the head, took my shit.
The biggest issue.
He's an op from the Jewish cabal, man.
The biggest issue that is especially prevalent, and what we watched develop with the advent of pump fun, was the time to high. How long it took for something to get to a high and then move on to the next thing. And that cadence only got faster and faster and faster, right? Where it kept people in chase mode constantly.
Yeah.
And that's why I stress that now is when you want to be in the markets, because you have time to not chase. You can watch something go up. If you miss it, you miss it. But it's about getting into things that you have conviction in at the levels that you have planned to get in, right? And that's something that I think goes over a lot of people's heads, because if you want to last in this space, you have to have conviction. You got to stick to your guns, and you have to be here during the bear market period to actually come out the other side and enjoy the bull market. Because otherwise, if you're chasing things in a bear market, you'll continue to chase in the bull market, and you will always be late. If you're not early, you're late. And when you're early, you're on time. That's it. It's really that simple.
People are just addicted to candles, okay? It's
Yeah.
psychological with them. If they see a green candle, it's oh my god, we're so back, right? Red candle, oh my god, I hate everything. Is that
Yeah. I
not the
mean,
truth?
yeah, of course. I mean, look, and we've had this conversation as it related to like Michael Saylor. He's the bad guy in the bear market. He's going to get fudded. Things go down. And of course, it's self perpetuating at that point, right?
Yeah.
Once the narrative gets rolling. But then no one's gonna care. No one's gonna even remember when the bull market comes back. It's literally you can copy paste that to every single narrative. And the reality is a lot of people chase and get wrecked because there's people out there who have specifically set things up and set the table in a way that is purposefully going to extract liquidity from others.
For sure.
And that's where a lot of people get confused. And it does make it a difficult space to operate in because people don't really do their research on what some, if there is a person or a project, people typically don't go and do the research on is are they trying to build something cool? Are they actually building something cool? Is it actually something that has legs? And they
Yeah.
don't actually do that basic research. They just go, "Oh, like you said, green candle, I better get in now." And as soon as a red candle comes, it's like, "Oh, well, obviously it all failed." And it's like, "No." And look, I know I've been watching all these different charts, including some of the ones that people are constantly posting in the chat. And then I'm watching others. I'm watching Ansem. I'm watching some of the stuff that's going on with the Robinhood stuff and what's the different things that are being launched on the platform over there. Like I look at Ansem's chart for instance, and I look at that in comparison to what it is that he's been trying to build. And I've talked a little bit about this, but there's a lot of people in this space that have tried different things and failed miserably. And there's a lot of people who have had a bunch of failures that then find success later on once they figure out the formula that works for them in this space. And it's very difficult as an outside observer, even for myself, to go and evaluate what someone's intentions are and what they're trying to build and how they're trying to build. You have to spend the time to understand. And what I've seen in this space is the people who stick around the longest and who have the most success are the ones that take advantage of opportunity and have done their research.
Yeah.
And the communities that stick together and actually are loud during this portion of the bear market are the outsized winners. And though when the bull market comes, everyone else is chasing because they've been loud the entire time. The bull market comes, the green candles start to hit. They were early, which means they were on time, and they're able to reap the rewards while everyone else chases. And that's something that was demonstrated with Pepe,
Yeah.
right? Community was loud. It was a bear market. Things were sideways. There were other things that were coming out that were popping off. And it just the people who didn't have conviction moved on to those things that were popping off. And then when Pepe popped off, they came back and didn't know what to do and chased
Yeah.
the entire way up and
They'll
kept
chase again.
buying the highs and selling the lows. It's wild to watch, and people do it every single time. There's a lot of people that actually, so that might be somebody in the audience. I don't know, but if you didn't learn anything during those time periods, you better have a plan and learn something about it now.
If you can't get behind, and I mean this seriously, if you can't get behind I'm gonna give myself some credit. If you can't get behind an OG like me, then like this space is lost.
You know, something you said that I think is really important, David, is you can tell
Relax.
people
I
over
thought you were
and
gonna say something.
no, you can tell people over and over and over again. You can guide them, you can tell them what to look for, how things should go, what the mindset should be. Um, and often it'll just go right over their head or they don't listen. And this is something that I've had plenty of conversations. Obviously, I put out analysis all the time.
Yep.
I hang
Yep.
out with a lot of really, really, really smart um, people who also do the same. And we can
Hold on,
tell
hold
people
on.
over and over again, and it'll go right over their heads.
I'm sorry. I gotta address something. You see, this is where I don't like when these type of things are said. David gives us a promise you will hold on. Am I reading this right? David gives us a promise you will support the David token we will hold. Is he saying that I promise this? Or if I
No,
promise?
I, I don't really know what they're trying to get across here.
Hold on, just promise us you will support the David token we will hold.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
asking that if you would support the David token that they hold, whatever that token ends up being. I'm gonna actually step over David right now for a moment because I'm gonna tell you that there can only ever be one. If you want a narrative to actually go, there can only be one. If you split yourself into multiple parts and try to work on two different tasks at the same time, you're
Yeah.
probably going to do both of those tasks poorly,
Yeah.
right? But if you focus on a singular task, you will have success. And that's up to that's community driven. Um, David, I believe, has already said, yeah, at some point, gonna pick something, right? But you have to prove it out. See, this is the thing. There
They don't.
is
No, I want to say this, Landy. There are people that are working.
yes.
Like you can see it. Like they are working. And then there are others that are not doing anything. And they're just waiting for somebody to say, yeah. And that's it. And they're not gonna work either. Like they're just regardless of the yay or nay, like they're not working. They're sitting back.
Yeah, this is not
It's crazy.
the this is not the time in the market to be sitting back and waiting for someone else to do the work for you. You have to put the work and effort in, and it doesn't matter what it is,
Fucking
whether it's a
make
meme
me.
token or
Make
not.
me like exactly. I agree with you, Landy, on what you said. By the way, at 1:15 in about a minute, we'll be joined by Vic and Seth from Kate Wallet to go ahead and talk about their newest product. And we'll bring you. I don't know if you're gonna be around, but I'd love to bring you back just
Yeah, I'll be here.
close out that conversation because I think it's really important for our fucking market to understand. Like, you got to put in the fucking work, man.
You have
You
to
really
make
do.
it you have to make it so that essentially someone is forced, right? You
Yeah.
have to force the issue. That's really that's all there is to it. That's how look it for those that don't know, there was a bunch of different Pepe contracts. Why did the Pepe that everyone knows as Pepe win out? Because the issue was forced.
But
Communities came
even
together
you
and
make a great
picked.
point just now, but hold on. You know what? With all the Pepe contracts that came out, guess what? Nobody called it. Do you understand what like
Yeah,
the
no
people
one
who
had to
created
call
it?
it. The
Nobody
community
called it.
decided.
The community decided. Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to do. Here you had the community decided, and that's how it always was. The community decided what was good. It was us that would decide what is good and what is not, and what we're going to fuck with. And y'all waiting for this is what has happened to our space. Our space is now waiting for a KOL or an influencer, which I do not put myself in that bucket, to go ahead and say, yeah, you have permission. Or, yeah, this is good. No. No, that's lazy shit, bro. That's why all these things are falling apart. There's no structure. There's no foundation. There's nothing built. Okay, somebody says, okay, no problem. Hypothetically, let's call AYZ. I think this is great. AYZ is a great meme. People go into it for 72 hours, and then what? What happens? It always happens. What happens?
Oh, well, it's declared dead after that.
Yeah. And then, and that person's fucked. Now they are stuck working. And don't worry, I know everything about work. My people know everything about work. Anyway, Landy, if you will be so kind to join back at 2, I'd appreciate it to conclude on this subject.
I'll come back for a bit. Yeah.
That is Landy, everybody. Landy, my man Landy, man. The puppet, okay? One day he will dox himself. Dox himself butt naked. We'll be right back after this commercial break, sponsored by Cake Wallet. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. God damn it. Of course I'm muted. Shout out to the staff for telling me that I'm muted. I'm talking like, yo, I actually was given a great monologue. I was absolutely ripping it up. But I always talk about Vic. You guys know that. We talk about Cake Wallet. I talked about that. I started buying more Monero because of Vic. He should actually be the president. If you could label somebody the president of Monero or the CEO of Monero, if there ever was one, it'd be Vic. But let's go ahead and play this. Vic and the team came out with a new product. Let's play this.
Every once in a while, you come across an idea that's so obvious, you wonder how nobody thought of it sooner, like sending private messages and self-custodial Bitcoin. For some reason, they've always lived in separate places. Want to send an encrypted message? One app. Want to send Bitcoin? Another. Back and forth. Copy, paste, send, repeat. There has to be a better way. After all, shouldn't the two most personal things you do every day, who you talk to and what you do with your money, actually work together? Turns out they can. Meet Radar, the first app to bring private messaging and self-custodial Bitcoin into one seamless experience. Just open a chat, type a message, and send Bitcoin instantly. And because Radar is built on Signal's trusted messaging network, the people you already talk to come with you. The people you connect with, the money you trust, together at last. Radar, your messages, your Bitcoin, together at last. From the team behind Cake Wallet.
There you go. Let me just put this back on here. Well, let's bring Vic in here. I was yeah, look, the people in the back, our crew is like, that's awesome. That's the first time that they're saying it. Vic, what's going on? Good to see you.
Hey, hey, how you doing? Show looks
Good.
good, man. Looks really good. The little clip in the middle that you played with very professional, very nice. Looks good. Good job.
Everybody says that. Well, is this a
It's
crypto thing where
fantastic.
like everybody goes on to a different, like I've seen the crypto shows out here and I get it, but is it a crypto thing that we need to step up our game a little bit more here to look a bit more professional?
Obviously, I mean, you have stepped up the game, so I think you've set the standard. Other podcasts gotta live up to it now. Good job.
Thank you, Vic. I appreciate it. And this is Vic, ladies and gentlemen, the person that I talk about every single day. When I tell you the stories that I would not be buying more Monero, or the reason why I bought more Monero, um, is because he was absolutely vocal. And Cake Wallet is a solution to go ahead and, for me personally, it was just easier to buy it and have that wallet to go ahead and store it on there. So thank you very much for bringing Cake Wallet to the world. Um, but now you have. Well, let's before we go into that, how's Cake Wallet doing? What anything new happening there? We know Leah's been all over the place. Leah's been all over the place, traveling and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
absolutely pushing it out there.
Yeah, yeah. Really hitting the conferences this year hard. I think we're going to
Yeah.
like 14 different. I mean, we don't even have enough people to send to so many conferences. I think we need to hire some local booth babes or something. But yeah, I mean, after we came out with Lightning this year, and then we got Monero working on Treasure, I just kind of felt like, okay, we need to kind of regroup here. Um, and there's a lot of things the team wanted to do under the hood with refactoring and updating code, because we've been, you saw us for the last 8 years, we've been like pushing features, 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 features.
Yeah.
Um, so we're taking a little bit of break, fixing up some things, streamlining some things. In second half, you're going to see desktops, as I told you the last time we talked. I mean, right now, Kegwell, it works on desktop, but it's not so great right now. So we want to focus on that on the second half, bring all the features, and then there's just so much more you can do on desktop with that real estate, right?
Yeah.
Um, so let's see. I think that'll be good. You can always have it syncing. You can see charts better. You can trade better. You can just do a lot of things on desktop. And weirdly, some people, I shouldn't say weirdly because maybe it's an old thought. Some people still feel more comfortable doing like a large transaction on the desktop rather
Yeah.
than did on mobile. But I mean, I Android and iPhone are probably more secure than desktop today anyway. Um, so yeah, I mean, but people want it. I think it's a good thing to have. So we'll work on that second half, and then of course add all the other coins natively to Treasure, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, what have you. Um, and then we're always coming up with new shit every day. So, I don't mean to downplay it because tomorrow we'll come out with something and you're like, Mick, you didn't tell me. And I'm like, I forgot. There's just so much going on. Um, yeah, so Cake's doing well. I mean, the downloads have been super consistent. We've never seen a down month in the last 8 years, which is fantastic. Um, Getting a lot of good feedback. I mean, you saw we won the two best Bitcoin wallet awards in Vegas. Best Bitcoin wallet and best wallet for security and privacy. So that was huge. A
Yeah.
shitcoin wallet won the best Bitcoin wallet award. So so that's kind of cool.
Listen, it's cool. Like you've been doing this for so long. Like bull market, bear market, you've been building. Like you and the
Yeah.
entire team have continue to build, and you don't have any VC funding for it's all out of your own pocket for a Cake Wallet. So
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
always respected that. Like you've never given up. And when I like when and I think I speak for a lot of people that are into Monero. Like when you think of Monero and like where you want to hold it, like you do think of Cake Wallet. No, like I do. Like I'm speaking for
Hmm.
myself, and I've been in this industry for a very long time. So it's just like, could you use other
Yeah.
things? Yeah, but like I always like you refer to Cake Wallet, and I have these conversations with others. where they have the same mindset. We have people in the crowd that are Bitcoiners that use Cake Wallet. So it's like,
Yep. Yep. And more of that, right? I meet Bitcoin maxis and they're like, yeah, Cake Wallet, use it purely for Bitcoin, and which I find quite interesting. Because Bitcoin maxis are pretty hardcore and they won't touch anything that touches any other coin. So to hear that, I think, okay, that kind of validates us.
yeah,
I mean, when I launched Cake Wallet, exactly what you said. Now, when you think of Monero, you want to think of Cake Wallet, right? So at that time, you've heard the story. Bread Wallet was like a really popular
yeah,
Bitcoin. I think the most popular Bitcoin wallet. And when you thought of
wow,
Bitcoin wallets, you thought of Bread Wallet. And
yeah.
when I launched it, I said when people think of Monero, I want them to think of Cake Wallet. But I think now we've gone beyond that. I think now we are spoken in the same sentence as Bitcoin or Ethereum or Zcash, which has been fantastic.
Um, how did by the way, congratulations on, let me give you a round of applause. I don't usually do this. This has to be a special. Where did
Awesome.
Radar Chat come from? Like, where did you come up with? Where did you come up with the concept? Like,
I
what
mean,
made you say, you know what, let's do this because it's necessary?
yeah, there's so many factors. I could name a few if you like. One is, of course, my goal is always to make. I'm getting an echo. I don't know why.
Is it not? You're getting an echo now or no?
Test, test. Yeah, still am. Maybe it's me.
Hold on. It's okay. This is a live show, folks. Just
Yeah,
don't worry. Things will be clipped up. Everything will be okay.
no problem.
That's what it is to be a professional.
Are you getting an echo too when I speak?
You
No, it's
hearing
fine
it or
now.
no?
It's hello?
Let's see if I
It
can get
seems to
rid
be
of the
fine now.
echo.
Seems to be fine now. So, Radar Chat came along due to many factors. One is, I want to make crypto easy to use. I mean, in 2013, when I learned about Bitcoin, I was like, okay, this is just not great tech. This is a whole new financial system. Um, and seeing Bitcoin not being used for money kind of disappoints me, right? I'd like to see more use. But of course, it has technical limitations, and Lightning came out. Lightning's a great thing. Um, Secondly, for the steel industry, I used to go to China for 30 years. And over the last 10 years, I'd all see people pull out their WeChat. And,
Yeah.
in China, they'd pull out WeChat while they're chatting with somebody, but they wouldn't then go pull out another thing to pay for their coffee, another app. They would just pay with WeChat. And I always thought that was quite intriguing. Um, and of course, even in the Bitcoin space, even like Jack Dorsey and others have tweeted out that Signal should have Bitcoin. And I guess the third big factor was just the tech improved. Like 3 years ago, we tried to put Lightning into Cake Wallet, and it was just so hard, so difficult. Trying to deal with liquidity and channels and blah blah blah, and we finally gave up. Um,
Yeah.
so the technology has improved. So with all these factors, including the technology, what I'm talking about, this technology being LightSpark, and then Breeze made an SDK for it, which makes implementation of it quite easy for wallet operators like us. Um, so it just seemed like it was the right time. The tech was there. But I don't want to come out with another messaging app, right? Because I bet you probably have 4 or 5 messaging apps on your phone,
Yeah.
and all your
I
listeners
do.
probably have that. And you don't
Yeah.
want another app, and you're going to tell everyone else, "Hey, join this other app." So that didn't make sense. So I'm like, you know what? It's Signal. Signal is it's open source. They're like for Bitcoiners, privacy is important. A lot of Bitcoiners are already on Signal. Signal is like the gold standard for privacy. They've got 100 million users. It's open source. Um, and they did some work already with mobile coin, which I don't think anyone is using. So Signal just seemed to be the right fit. Um, where you can have private messaging. You don't have to bounce out to just like that video you just saw. You don't
Yeah.
have to switch over to now your Venmo or even Cake Wallet. I hate to say it. You can just while you're chatting, you can just send some sats to whoever. It's very fast. I don't know if you've tried it yet, but
We'll
it's
try it
really
today. I wanted to do the whole
yeah
thing after our our
yeah
conversation to go ahead and download it and show people exactly
yeah
how it works. But
yeah.
I've
So
already I played with it. I mean, it's easy. I mean, it's
yeah,
not that difficult to grasp.
no, very easy. I mean, if you're already using Signal, it's very easy. Um, and the other cool thing is, I think we solved this whole private key issue in the seed phrase, because one of the things that kind of normies get intimidated by is, where am I going to store the seed phrase? Like, yeah, I want to
Exactly.
be self-custodial, but now I got to manage this other thing. So the cool thing with Signal is we're actually backing up your seed phrase encrypted using Signal's encryption on Signal servers, not coming to us. We're not seeing anything. And so if you lose your phone or you delete the app, you restore with your phone number like you always do, and bam, you get your wallet back. So it makes it super cool, super easy, super safe. So I'm excited about it.
Did
And
you
I think I
expect
launched
the
on
response?
yesterday. Sorry.
Yesterday's response was crazy. Like I was watching the timeline and everybody was retweeting. Everybody was commenting. Like I was
Yeah.
watching. Well, hold on. It was the 7th or yet,
7th, 2 days ago. Yeah.
but everybody was retweeting. Like Bitcoiners that I know are Bitcoiners, which you just mentioned made me laugh. Where like
Yeah.
they would never touch, like they don't want their Bitcoin touching any other like asset or
Yeah.
any other crypto. Like they were retweeting like crazy, like, yo, this is great. This is what we needed. This is dope. And I know it's not paid for. Like these are people that
Yeah.
they're coming out there with their absolute thoughts on the product. Did you expect the reaction that you got to be so positive? Especially, this space. You know how this space is. They'll
I
look for anything.
yeah, but I was optimistic, just because it's been talked about so much already, and I think the type of people you're talking about, since it was very only Bitcoin is Bitcoin specific. I think a lot of those Bitcoin maxis, which you just mentioned earlier, liked it, and that's fine. You can be a maxi; it's your choice, right? That's a great thing about Bitcoin and crypto. You could use whatever you want. Um, I was optimistic that this would do well.
It did. 100%. The timeline, the timeline is a good indication. It's somewhat of a sample of people, obviously people's reaction, especially X being the town hall for a lot of things.
Hmm.
Have you talked to any major figures now after its launch? Have any major figures reached out to you and said this is great? Like this is what we've always been looking for, kind of thing with when it comes to Bitcoin, especially.
Hmm.
Like
What do you
people have
consider
attempted to do
major?
this and it's failed.
Yeah,
Like it's really
the people that you saw retweeting. I mean, those are of course the biggest people that have come through. I don't know who we consider big.
like, would you expect like
Odell.
a Jack Dorsey to reach out to you and say, "Hey, great job. Like this is cool," or you don't think you'll ever get that?
We did tag him. Especially his tweet saying Signal needs Bitcoin from last year.
Yeah.
You'll see we have a pretty cool video coming out tomorrow with like
Okay.
a I don't want to ruin it, but it's like you'll see, of all the people that have demanded or asked for Bitcoin and Signal. So
Yeah.
it'll be pretty cool. Look, it's still early.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Um, it's growing. Downloads are growing. I mean, every day the downloads are more than they were the day before. So obviously people are trying it. By the way, anyone that's listening, if you want to try it, I would say on your Signal first, go into the settings, go to backup, back it up, write down your recovery key, and then restore in Radar. And that way you'll keep all your messages and contacts.
I have the
That's been
ultimate Bitcoiner that I'm gonna bring in right now. Ultimate Bitcoiner. Okay.
I'm
I,
scared.
he doesn't say he claims he's not a Bitcoin maxi, but
Okay.
trust me,
Who is it?
okay. His name is Landy, okay, and he
Andy.
is
Hi, Vic.
How you
absolutely
doing?
a Bitcoin maxi. Okay, don't trust him. Whatever he says right now, he's full of shit. Okay,
Trust.
Landy,
Don't trust,
you see,
verify. Yeah.
here here's your Bitcoiner here. He's not. I think he's a maxi. He says otherwise. Landon, you see this, right? Like, I
Yes.
think we've seen multiple attempts at people trying to build something like this, and it's absolutely failed. Like I've seen it like throughout the years. What do you think
Mhm.
about it? Because I've seen you in the back in the green room react. So what are
This
your
is
thoughts?
awesome. This is awesome. This is
Oh,
what
great.
this is.
Well,
I've
you
talked
lost
about
your
this.
balls there. Hold on. You lost your balls there. So it's kind of I believe you.
Hey, something's good. Something's good. I can't deny it. Come on.
Go
No,
ahead,
sorry.
Landy. I'm
Appreciate
sorry.
that.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry,
Go ahead.
Landy. I'm
Look,
sorry, Landy.
this is awesome. So I already use Cake Wallet, and a lot of people.
Ah,
By the way, if you're in Bitcoin and you haven't used Cake Wallet, you're missing out. It's stupidly easy to use. You know, we've had these conversations for a long time about getting people into even make a wallet and participate in onboarding into whether it's Bitcoin, Monero, or other cryptocurrencies. The barrier to entry is really high, and Cake Wallet lowers that barrier of entry. It is literally 2 seconds and you're done. You write down, your seed phrase or whatever it is, your private key. You can make it 12 or 24, yada yada yada. Make your Lightning name. You get your domain name for Lightning, all right there. Easy setup. And now you go and you add something to Signal, which honestly, in crypto, a lot of us talk about like, oh yeah, I'll talk to you on TG. Most people forget that Signal is one of the most popular private privacy focused messaging apps out there for encrypted messaging apps. And it's in wide use by a lot of people that aren't in crypto and trying to get people into crypto using something like Radar. Oh my God. I can, do you know how much onboarding I can do with this? Into Bitcoin specifically. I know guys who haven't even looked at Bitcoin. I could just send them a message and send them some sats and say, hey, you should probably go check out the market right now. It's down. You might want to identify some areas to get in and like remind them to come back because these are people with 9 to 5s. They're going in there, they're working every day. They're not paying attention to the market and charts. This is awesome.
But
Vic,
what do you think?
bravo.
Before I get
thank you.
back to Vic,
That's great to hear. That means a lot.
Vic, before I get back to you, I just want to ask Landy one more question. When let's say you go into a Bitcoin space today, hypothetically speaking. By the way, this is not a paid promotion. I want everybody to know there's nothing paid about this. I'm just excited about somebody who's actually been here for years building, and they've built something which I think will be absolutely fucking amazing to go ahead and use here, especially if you're in crypto. It's time to, like Vic said this, it's time to start using crypto. We hodl, but we don't pretty much use it. So that's going to be a game changer. If you go into Landy, if you go into your Bitcoin chats, like if you go into the Bitcoin space, right? You can literally, I know you would call bullshit immediately. You can go ahead and go into the space and say like, hey, check out Radar Chat, right? Like, would you be confident enough to tell everybody like, yo, Radar Chat, check it out?
Absolutely. Yeah. Look, I'm setting it up right now. I just backed up Signal, and I'm onboarding myself at this particular moment. Look, I've been, obviously, I'm wearing a literal, little puppet, yeah, Bitcoin
Which
puppet,
they
right?
want to take away from you, Adam Back and everybody.
No,
Adam
Adam
Back,
Back does
chill, yo,
not want to do
chill.
that. No. Adam Back is on
I'm
the other
messing
side. He
around.
wants to
I'm
keep it.
messing around.
But
I got to bring him on the show. I got to mess
you
around
should
with him. I know.
bring Leonidas on first, though.
I got
But
him coming.
I know. Sorry, I just downgraded Adam back for Leonidas, but Leonidas has actually been out there in the spaces and battling. But this is something that I think it stopped being worked on for a while until folks like Vic have come along to actually push this forward. These are the things that we need. Like you mentioned WeChat over in China and how easy they're not switching apps. They're just sending payments back and forth. They can go and they can pay right there. This is where we have wanted to get to, and to see this stuff come to fruition. And what I always say, the best builders come out with the best product in the bear market, and then we get to enjoy the ride in the bull market. This is the perfect opportunity to use this as a tool to onboard others. If you're a Bitcoiner and you're like, wow, there's all kinds of friction with onboarding people, this is easy right there in a chat. Are you kidding me? And in Signal, it's a
Exactly.
different audience that isn't already aware of crypto. And there is, by the
Hmm.
way, there is a lot of Signal chats that I'm in that are crypto focused, Bitcoin focused, and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
have an entire network of friends on Signal that they're only passively interested. They picked up Bitcoin, they picked up Monero, you know, they're technically OGs, but they're not involved in the community. So they'll just be like, "Hey, I'm going to wait until Landy kind of hits me up and says, you know, these are good prices to buy and lower." And now I can have these conversations and I can seed it by like sending them some Bitcoin through the chat. Are you kidding me? That's the best onboarding you could possibly do. That's
That's
There
yes.
you go. There you go. You
that's
won
great.
Landy
That's great.
over.
Yeah, that makes me feel good. Good, we did the right thing. I mean, like you said, with messaging, everybody sends messages, and so much flows through messaging. I mean, just text, of course, but also pictures and videos, and now even documents. So why not money? Why not Bitcoin? That's how I see it. We're just
So
adding another asset to go through messaging.
so it was WeChat that inspired you, right?
Like I said, combination. Yeah, definitely. That was definitely an inspiration. So
That
I actually consider myself, or I consider Radar to be a private messaging, decentralized payment version of WeChat.
What's next though? Like, okay, so like obviously you announce Radar Chat out there. You're gonna look at the stats, I'm sure, within the next week or two to see, downloads and usage and all that. But what's next? Like, what is next for Radar?
So, as Landy said, for Bitcoiners, they would love this, right? Sending and
Yeah.
receiving Lightning, Bitcoin Lightning is great. It's awesome. It's great for Bitcoiners, but it's not going to be for the normies out there. There's still a huge percent of the population that is, number one, intimidated by cryptocurrencies, or just think it's a scam, or just don't want to see their value go up and down. I mean, Bitcoin, of course, has been volatile. Um, so one option we're kicking around is stablecoin. Give the option to auto convert to a stablecoin on Lightning, on Spark. Um, so for non-crypto people, even though they're using cryptocurrency, they'll just see a stable USD balance all the time. They won't see the value going up and down. So I think that could be interesting. Landy, what do you think about that?
I agree. As I'm reposting the radar chat post here. Um, look, there is, and I'm sure, so right now the announcement that you have is primarily Bitcoin Lightning payments, right?
Yep.
And I, one of the biggest things you mentioned earlier that why build, I'm not going to build my own social network, right? And my own messaging app and stuff like that. This is how we actually go through and get traction with regular folks, is going and creating things that plug into things that they already use.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we have tried to do exactly what you said. Oh, we're going to create our own chat, and look, shout out to Dorsey. I actually really do like what he's built over there
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
his social media stuff. But my grandma is not going to go and get on there. She could barely get on X, but she knows how to type in the chat. She knows if I send her instructions on how to set things up in a chat or how to set up an app on her phone, she knows how to do it. She can follow those directions. And we need more tools like this, Vic. And you've made my day with this. As soon as I didn't realize, by the way, I was like, what is David doing? What is this radar thing when he's bringing Vic on from Cake Wallet? Like, what is he doing here? I had no idea. That's why I was like, wait. How did this miss me of all
Mm.
people when I'm the target audience here?
Because I
Um,
wanted to see your genuine, like I didn't tell Landy much because he's a Bitcoiner, like I said, and I wanted to see his reaction, like
well,
whether it's going to be positive or negative. And I knew you're
also
gonna be positive about it just because like there's nothing out there. Like I sat back and I thoroughly looked and what's really out there, it's been attempted, but everybody stopped. You said it yourself. Like everybody just
Hmm.
stopped.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
like, and that's why I keep on telling you guys about Cake Wallet, and I tell you about Vic. Like that team don't. I'm not blowing smoke up his ass. You know me. I'm a New Yorker. I'll keep it real, like 100. But he keeps working. It doesn't matter, and this is necessary. I'm only thinking right now, like you know how many people. Okay, this is great for Bitcoiners. I absolutely 100% think this is going to be phenomenal, and it's going to absolutely work because everybody uses Signal. So this is easy, an easy transition. What's going to happen when now people will start knocking at the door? Here's my question. I don't want to get ahead of the game. Maybe you've thought about this. Well, people are going to say, like, what about Monero? What about Litecoin? What about others? That's going to be a difficult decision for you, yay or nay.
Yeah, and people have already asked that, and we considered that as well. But for these types of instant payment or near instant, I know somebody argued with me on Twitter today that wasn't instant, took 10 seconds, but near instant payment. Um, um, Bitcoin Lightning just made sense right now, right? I mean, I'd love to do something with Monero like that, but with Monero synchronization and lock time and all that, it just doesn't make sense right now. After
Yeah,
the upgrade of Monero with full chain membership proofs and Carrot or whatever it's called, then we'll revisit at that time.
yeah,
But for right now, with these instant fast payments, you want to get paid, you want to move forward, you want to be able to make the next payment. I don't know if you saw that video I posted of me making hundreds
yeah,
of
yeah. I
payments
saw
today.
that. I
Yeah,
saw that.
and you can't do that right now with Monero. Well, not easily.
Yeah,
You can do it through coin control and all that. But again, coin control. Who wants to talk about coin control? Like Landy said, to onboard his grandma or a
exactly.
regular person on the street. And this is not a knock against Monero. There's definitely a use case for Monero, and
Yeah.
I'm of course a big fan of Monero and fund all those initiatives. But for this use case, it just didn't make sense right now. Um,
Okay.
Bitcoin Lightning has point of sales, obviously Jack Dorsey Square terminals.
Yeah.
I'd love to partner with them, for example. Again, going back to that WeChat, if they step up to the counter to pay for their coffee or whatever, and they flip that Square terminal around and it says pay with your Radar chat, that would be amazing. So so that's why. I mean, Bitcoin's broader. It's Lightning is fast. The implementation of Lightning, thanks to Spark and um, Breeze, I don't want to say easy, but there was a route for it. Um, yeah. So
I think that's going to be easy for you because I don't know. You guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but like I said, there aren't for me personally there aren't many applications like this out there, and I think Bitcoiners are going to have to rally around this and push it. Am I wrong, Landy? I mean, like at the end of the day, like there's
that,
nothing really out there.
look, there is, for all of the criticisms that you have raised with the Bitcoin maximalist crowd, David, the one true thing that rings through to this day, and you can tell with the current debate, I'll call it, happening around Bitcoin's network right now, that we we didn't do a great job of onboarding, and in part it was because we didn't have product built to help onboard. This is a delivery on a very old promise, and that's ease of sending Bitcoin and receiving Bitcoin, where you have the intersection of the technology and now product that is exactly what we wanted and what we want in order to onboard people. It just,
yeah,
it needs to be easy. And granted, there are things are going to get slicker as time goes on, right? But this is exactly what I have been asking for, is tools to help onboard people. And I've been a very, very, very good onboarder to crypto in general, and Bitcoin first, obviously. But this has been something that if I had these tools and these types of applications years ago, even last cycle, you know how many people I could have got in the bear market lows just by enticing them, showing them how this stuff works, showing them how easy it is. And look,
Mm.
Vic, man, partnering with Square and that kind of stuff. This is the future of where Bitcoin is going to go for regular retail. But more importantly, uh, institutions are interested in this as well because volume and transactions and onboarding helps not just from the self-custodial side of things, but it helps them set the narrative for the products that they're building in the institutional side for the markets over there, right? And joining these things together, and I'm really, really happy that you targeted Signal, right? Because there's such a large pool of people there that can be onboarded that already use it, that already have an interest or maybe already hold Bitcoin that they've never even used Lightning. I have so
Mhm.
many people who are in Bitcoin that have never used Lightning. And I'm like, wait, did you not know that it existed? Like that you don't have to wait the 10 minutes? Like there are solutions to these problems. And like, so even that, like I can hit people up that I know on chat that are Bitcoin holders that have never used Lightning and start onboarding them that way. And then that can get them exciting. And then once the snowball gets rolling, we can actually realize some of the vision that many of us have had for a very long time of onboarding the masses. And that really
Mhm.
is something I think that is going to be a more important fight the more that institutions get involved in the cryptocurrency space and Bitcoin and other cryptos, because most people are going to look at they look at things and they go, well, the reason why I'm in IBIT or Fidelity spot ETFs is because I don't have to worry about all these things. It's too complex. It's not very easy. I've got to jump through 5 million hoops. And if you're not there to sit there and actually teach me how each and every step works, then I'm not going to be able to do it myself, kind of a thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
And this strips it all down to, okay, here you go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the same belief I had when I launched Cake Wallet was that what good is technology if people can't use it, if the masses can't use it? If only a few super technical, nerds are sitting in their room and using it, how far is it going to go? You got to build a proper user experience to onboard people as well as have them continue to use it. So, you hit on that earlier in your talk. So we use that same philosophy here. I mean, you got to use it.
Yeah.
I'm just
Make it
showing
easy
this
for
to
people to
Landy. You
use.
can send me some Bitcoin if you want, Landy. Landy, should I send you? Should I send you something? No, I'm playing around, and we'll obviously I'll unpack it a little bit more here as after we're done talking here with Vic, and I'll talk about it tomorrow as well and into next week. I honestly I really think it's a great product. I'm glad that
So
the
I'm
puppet liked it.
the puppet. So I'm giving away Sats, by the way. I don't know if you saw it.
I
Giving
saw
away
it.
3,000 Sats to everyone who messages me. So you guys message me as there. It's a promotional account. I'll give you my
Yeah,
real account. You have my real account.
yeah, I have
Um,
you.
me- Message me at radar.100. At anyone who's listening, download Radar. Message me at radar.100, and I'll send you some.
Guys, I'm gonna retweet this also on X, and I will talk about this on TikTok as well because we broadcast everywhere. You heard him. You want free stats? Go ahead. Do what he just said. Okay. By the way, send it all. Landy, I'm hearing word from the back. Landy is also saying that he will send you 3,000 Bitcoin if you if you go ahead and message him. If you find his if you find his name, he said he'll send you 3,000 Bitcoin. That's right. There you go.
It's 2,500 Bitcoin. Sailor contacted me. We did an OTC deal
You know what?
so that we wouldn't affect the market.
You just
Yeah.
said something. We're going to interview Sailor, and I'm going to talk to Sailor about this and ask him for his opinion.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
And that's what
Oh,
we're going to
absolutely.
do.
And look,
Um,
Sailor's got he's got his ear to the ground. He knows what's going on in the Bitcoin space and with applications
mm,
and really cool stuff that's being built surrounding Bitcoin. I would be shocked if he hasn't already seen this. But if he hasn't, definitely talk to him about it, because this is David, I've talked to you a lot, and over the past few years, last bear market to this bear market, I talked about, builders build in the bear and prep everything for the bull. And last cycle bottom, we had a lot of builders on Bitcoin that built a lot of real cool stuff. They put their heads down, they went to work, came out the other side, realized a lot of success. And this particular bear market, there's a lot of building going on, but a lot of that building is focused on capturing institutional flows for stock tokens, RWAs, and eventual, the launch of XYZ corporation stablecoin to pair with their tokenized version of their stock, so there's liquidity, right? And while that's going on, I I I was unfamiliar with your game, Vic, because in this case,
hold
this
on.
is out of left field.
You cannot say that.
With
Replay
Cake
these
Wallet.
shows. How many times do I say? Like, hold on. How
Yeah,
many
but
times
you
have I?
drop something like this, David. You drop something like this on the Bitcoin puppet's head in terms of like, oh yeah, no, there's this radar thing. Oh, you could totally like just in chat on Signal, go ahead and transfer over Lightning.
But
Like,
think
wait,
about
what?
forget about the
That
audience
blows me away.
on X. Think about the institutional players that like are now getting into Bitcoin using this instead of just signal, just using this, the radar chat, to go ahead and mess around and send somebody sats. Like
I are
it's already bigger like than just like X or crypto Twitter, whatever, air quote.
So David, you know that I'm a miner. I do off-grid mining, right?
Yes.
I had a colleague of mine just message me and go, wait. Cake Wallet, you could do Signal sending sats over Lightning. Wait, how? When? This is something I don't think that it was. This even telegraphed anywhere? It was just like, hey, you know what? We launched this cool thing. Here you go. Or was this already kind of
On the
teased out
7th,
there, Vic?
July 7th.
Yeah,
Okay,
July
so
7th. I mean, we had some publications, but yeah, we just kept it hush hush and just put it out there.
Yeah, Decrypt that did an article. Like I
Yep.
seen articles come out
yeah,
though from
I
public
just ran
crypto
across that.
publications talking
Yeah.
about it, saying that it's all positive reviews. So it's like everybody's like I said, I watch the timeline and I see like everybody. You know how it is. Like somebody comes out with a product, somebody's gonna shit on it, right? But for the most part, nobody was shitting on it. And I was particularly looking at Bitcoiners that I follow and some follow me, even though they might not like my takes at times. But they're like retweeting it and they're talking about it and they're saying how cool it is. And I was like, this is
Yeah.
cool. So
No,
Yeah, not much
genuinely,
hate at
job,
all.
it
man.
is.
Not much hate at all. It's well received, which is good.
Look, if
Okay.
I would take any Bitcoin maxi to task if they wouldn't receive this well, because this is exactly what we've been asking for, and many have made promises to build, and this is now a product come to fruition that actually services and fills a need that we've wanted for a really long time. And also, it's just really cool at the end of the day too. Like, in addition to onboarding people, it's the fact that you can do this is awesome.
No,
It's
but like
not
but it's easy. It's Vic said it in the beginning. We got a bunch of messaging apps, right? But what do they really give us? Like half of them aren't encrypted, right? So like here you have it's built on a safe foundation, and plus we always talk about how do we onboard people into the space, right?
That's right.
Into our ecosystem. Well, there's no fucking excuse anymore. Excuse my language, but there's none. Like you have it now.
Yeah, and all you have to do is remember your phone number. You don't even have to remember your seed phrase. Although we still recommend you write it down, but if you didn't, it's on the Signal servers, and you'll get it back. So solves that problem also.
Vic, what's next? Are you coming out with any? You must be. You guys are in the lab. Like you really are in the lab.
I guess, yeah. I got a great team. They don't know how to say no. They just don't. I'm like, hey, how about we do this? And they're like, okay, let's do this. So, and of course, Seth for privacy. He's the COO now. He's driving company really well. Props to him. Um, but yeah, great team. We love experimenting, like doing new shit that nobody's done before, as you've seen with even with Bitcoin, right? Silent payments, pay join.
Yeah.
We did that before anybody else as well. Yeah, it's great. It's great. I'm really humbled to hear from both of you that how great this is. It
New
validates.
York
It's
City.
good.
New York City. You see what happened? I told you,
That's what happens
Northeast
in New
people
York
are built
City.
different. Exactly.
Yeah,
We're built
exactly.
different. Okay.
Everything
Landy, you don't
happens
know
here.
about that, Landy. You don't know about that. We're
Hey,
built
I might
different.
be from
Okay,
upstate New
I'm kidding.
York.
I'm kidding. I'm
I might
kidding.
be
But
from upstate New York, but I spent a lot of time down in the city. All right.
Vic, obviously it's a pleasure. I hope you come on more often,
Yeah, yeah.
so we can chat it up. Obviously, and definitely next month to see where the progress is on, on
That'd be
Radar
great.
Chat.
That'd be great.
We're not pushing away Cake Wallet, okay? We're not pushing away Cake Wallet, but this is really cool. Hope maybe Seth will come on next week, and we can go ahead and have the puppet on here as well, and we can kind of also dissect everything with
Yeah,
Radar Chat.
yeah. You could probably get into a deeper technical discussion when Seth comes on. He was not feeling well today. He's been sick the last few days, but yeah, he'll come on. Have him on next week. That'll be interesting.
Vic, like I tell everybody, man, if there was such a thing where somebody can be the absolute ambassador of Monero, it's you, and you've done everything possible to build in this space, regardless of the market. So definitely, I appreciate the builders in this space. I've always
Well,
have,
hopefully,
because a lot of you guys take a
hopefully.
lot of shit for no reason, and I've seen you. I've seen you battle on the timeline. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
for no reason we should be like I say this all the time. We should be we can give out feedback, constructive feedback on what we think could be better, da da da. But that should be it. It shouldn't be like absolutely chasing out our innovators and builders in this space. That to me, it does not make sense. But X also doesn't represent the entire space either. So definitely appreciate you coming on here. Hope you're recovering. Definitely hope that you're recovering and healing up there. And looking forward to chatting with
Okay.
you next month.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much, and hopefully, ambassador of Bitcoin now as well. So.
Ambassador a bit. Hey,
Yes.
hey, there you go. There
Yep,
you
yep.
go. Thanks, Vic.
Awesome stuff,
Thank you
Vic.
so much. Thanks, guys.
I told
Nice meeting you, Landy.
Nice to meet you,
I
Vic.
I told you that's Vic, by the way. Go download Cake Wallet because I say this. By the way, I've been told by Vic that I am allowed to do a giveaway. Okay. So next week we will do a giveaway. You got to show me that you have a Cake Wallet because we've been talking about Cake Wallet forever. So you got to show me that you have Cake Wallet downloaded. You're going to send me a screenshot or you're going to do it within a thread, which I put out there. And then we're going to roll it. We'll roll it, do that thingamajig, and we're going to give out some Bitcoin, maybe Monero. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going crazy. And also download Radar Chat. I told you, bro. Like I wasn't kidding when I told you about Radar Chat.
This is awesome.
You Bitcoiners have no
Legitimately.
excuse. I don't want to hear it now. Bitcoiners have absolutely no fucking excuse now. Zero.
Absolutely not. If you're gonna be a Bitcoin evangelist, the tools are now available for you. This is what my point behind like builders building in the bear market and most focusing on institutional flows right now. When you get something like this that just kind of out of nowhere they built it in secret and then just launched it. This is the stuff that makes me excited. This is the stuff that gets me fired up. This is the stuff that I have been waiting for a long time. And it's funny because, a lot of people associate Cake Wallet with Monero, right? But look at what Vic and the Cake Wallet team are building, bro. Like, look at what they're building for Bitcoiners, right? And a lot of people don't even that aren't using Cake Wallet. You might not know this, but it is a great Bitcoin wallet in addition to a great bunch of other network wallets as well. So, like, it's if you haven't gone and downloaded it and checked it out, I use it regularly, and it is easy to use, and then you add on an application that allows you to do lightning transactions through Sig. Are you kidding me?
I'm
That's
telling
freaking
you.
awesome.
I said it. I said Vic is one of the most underrated fucking builders in this space. Like I'm being no, all bullshit aside, Landy. Like he is one of the most underrated fucking builders in this space. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Like, and that starts with Cake Wallet because I've seen the evolution of Cake Wallet.
Same. Yeah. No, I've seen Cake Wallet evolve over time. It's been really awesome to watch.
And that's his own money.
Yeah.
Like this is like he builds Cake Wallet before AI. You know what I'm talking about? Before the vibe coding shit. I'm talking about you're investing real dollars into this, right? Like if you hear what I'm saying here, right? It's not, you know how everybody's vibe coding shit? Like this is straight up a team investing your own money, bare bull. There's no token attached. You get where I'm going?
Yeah.
So that's
Look,
that's why I like supporting the builders of the space. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. I like when people build. I will support real builders, and we need to appreciate the people that build here and not chase them the hell out. That's why I stand behind Charles. Charles is out here building. You don't have to like the person, but they're building. We need the builders, or you're gonna chase them out, and then we don't have anything here. I'm not saying crypto dies, Landy. I'm just saying you just don't have anything here.
no, it's the
And it'll be so institutionalized that you'll be screwed.
and that's when you're gonna see stuff like this, actually be used a lot more. Is once it's already really institutionalized, is people will come back to the self custody side, right? And what we can do with the actual product that builders like Vic and the Cake Wallet team are building is actually onboard people when the prices are nice and low. When, because there is a unit bias. People look at, and this is something I think that often is missed. But I had a really good conversation with Rudo last night about there's a unit bias, and others have talked about this as well. The unit bias is like, well, I can't buy a whole Bitcoin, so why should I even bother getting into it when I can get into something? When you have Lightning and you're just sending sats, that unit bias goes away, right? Because now you get somebody onboarded into Bitcoin. And what a lot of people, and David, I think this is kind of important because a lot of people really do think, when they think Monero, they think Cake Wallet. A lot of people don't know it's a great wallet for Monero, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Zcash, Tron, Dogecoin. You've even got Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. You've got Base Network, Arbitrum, Polygon. They've even got Nano, Decred, and Zano, right? These are, they have put in the time, the effort to make a really, really, really easy to use, slick wallet that is great for onboarding people into holding their stuff in a hot wallet. And now to have the addition of something like Radar to allow for people to make easy, fast payments and send and receive Bitcoin through chat on Signal. I think that that is something that is an actual true game changer. We've seen people who have tried this before, but they didn't have the infrastructure and the team to see it through to the end. And this is now more tools in the hands of Bitcoiners and just people who enjoy crypto, because just about everybody here knows what Bitcoin is. And if you don't know what Bitcoin is and you're only getting into crypto through some other way, well, you're going to find out real quick. So just about everybody knows what Bitcoin is when it comes to cryptocurrencies. You can use it as an onboarding tool, not just to Bitcoin, but to crypto in general, and teach people to actually take control and take custody of their assets. Don't leave them on exchanges. You can do this thing over here, and you've got a wallet. And here's how you can, one thing dovetails into the other. I love it. This got me fired up today. What a great interview with Vic, and what
I'm
an
getting
awesome thing that
I'm
they
getting
did.
spam with DMs like, yo, I didn't know about this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
telling you, I've got a group of peers that are in the mining industry that are like, wait, 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 how did we miss this? We run lightning nodes. Like we mine and we run lightning nodes. Wait, wait, this is up, and they're immediately going and setting it up right now. So this is something really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. I think yeah, he won with this. He definitely won with this. Now it's all about, at the end of the day though, great product, right? Built
yeah,
They've taken their time to create something cool. Now it's like I always say, it's about now executing the other half of it. Obviously, I'm from branding. I'm the branding side of things. You got to execute from the branding side.
and it's
Why people
easy
should
when
use
you
that.
you
It's
it,
first to
it's
market.
it's easy when you have a product that can sell itself. It
Yeah,
makes the branding and distribution of that message very, very easy.
yeah. I agree.
So what a
I agree.
W, man. What a W for the team over there, for Vic and the team. Shout out to all of you. I don't know how many of you actually know who the hell I am, but shout out. That's awesome stuff.
We'll be right back though. It's 2:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 hours into the broadcast. At this point, yeah. You know what? I forgot. I have to go train in the next 3 hours. But I'm glad. Yo, I've never heard you say it with capital letters. That's awesome. That's pretty. Yeah, caps locks on when you said that in the back. And that was cool that you were excited about it because you are a Bitcoin maxi, which if you replay the show, you've admitted to it. So you can never not say you're not because like literally while you're talking to Vic, you say it. I don't think you noticed it. It slipped. But it's all good. Uh, anyway, yeah, it was good
Well,
talking to you, lad.
well,
Little
it was
puppet.
it was great talking to you. And I'll tell you real quick. I did it real quick. I'm going to tell you real quick why
Uh,
this is really exciting, because it was unexpected.
yeah, I know.
It's like getting a present on Christmas morning when you're a kid, right? Santa came. Vic is Santa. He came and he dropped off this awesome new application that makes my life a lot easier when it comes to onboarding, and is also just utilizing really cool tech in a really awesome way. But then, you had Charles on recently, and he talked a little bit about, obviously Midnight and what's being built and Midnight City, and like you guys were going back and forth about that. But there was a little nugget of information that he dropped in there about Bitcoin and about time lock on chain and being able to utilize Bitcoin in the Midnight Network. This is something that obviously he's talked about a lot prior in various venues, in various contexts. And this is the most beautiful time to be in the markets. I can't stress it enough, because when you get guys like Vic and the Cake Wallet team that are building really awesome stuff, and then you have guys like Charles who are out there thinking about what they can do to onboard Bitcoiners to other things, but also the common thread between the two of them was Bitcoiners are basically a fickle bunch. They don't want to give up their Bitcoin. They want it to be easy. They want it to be, but there's a lot of demands from Bitcoiners because of the ethos of not your keys, not your coin, self custody, and the that often becomes a barrier. But when you introduce ways in which Bitcoiners can get behind and support, because it is in line with the ethos of Bitcoin, you've got winners. Like Charles gets it, Vic gets it, they get it. And honestly, I think, with the focus that Cake Wallet had and has on Monero, I think that actually is something that is very important to Bitcoiners. And a lot of people don't maybe understand this. I hold Monero. I've supported Monero for a long time. I don't
Yeah.
often talk about it because guess what? Like if you know if you know Monero, you know why you're going to get it and why you're going to use it. And we have you know, wallets like Cake Wallet that have really catered to that, but they didn't miss Bitcoin nowhere along the way. And in fact, they're pushing Bitcoin forward with stuff like this. So, man, awesome, David. I'm glad you had him on today. I'm glad that I got I feel like Christmas in July because I'm going to go and I'm going to shout about this on stages now. In fact, here in a few minutes, I'm going to be talking about this. Like, did you see this yet? How did you miss it? Can you please go look at this? Is awesome.
I feel like I've onboarded a lot of people onto Cake Wallet, and now, listen, it's a snowball effect, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like I've done that with a lot of companies, honestly speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I could really take credit for that. Because I have a different audience, right?
Yes.
An audience that would not know about it. Like, I really feel that. Like, most of my audience would not. But great job, man. I'm going to use it. I downloaded it today to go ahead and show off some of the features here. So,
Yeah.
again, not paid promotion. I let you guys know what I'm paid for. So, sponsors are written out for you. So, yeah. Good convo, man. We'll get back to it. I won't. I will not be on Friday. Okay?
No,
I'm
there's
going
no
training.
Friday. You're gonna go train.
Can you imagine that? Maybe somebody will fill in. Nobody's ever filled in for me on the breakdown in its history.
Interesting.
I think maybe Akil Patterson.
I was gonna say, but was it the breakdown at that point?
We started together.
Yeah. Okay. So it was the breakdown. Yeah, he
Yeah.
must have. He had to have at least once.
I think he did maybe once, maybe just once. But all these shows have been me. Can you imagine? Do you understand? You motherfuckers don't understand. Like, this is years upon years showing up every single day and looking this pretty. Do you understand how, I don't think people understand how hard it is to get on a mic, look into a camera every single day, Monday through Fridays, and have something to talk about. Interview people, talk about things, bring value to. I don't have a script. I really don't have a script. When we had the nightly show, we had a little script to go through, just recapping the topics of the day. But still, I would have to go off the cuff because that's how I am. I can't read off of a paper, man. It's not that I can't read. I'm just saying I can't read off of I can't do that shit. It's too robotic.
And if you've been around long enough, you would remember when I would purposely join those streams just to throw him off the script, or when the person putting the script together would purposely load it with a whole bunch of crap in there to throw David off.
Fucked up shit. You know what? We should bring back the nightly recap. That was his name. The nightly recap.
Yeah.
I'll think about this. You know what I'm thinking right now? Somebody, I'm not gonna say names, because I've been thinking about this for months now. Having a morning show, then you have this show, and then you have a night show, right? So there's 3 shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be great. And where it's recapping, obviously the morning. I've always thought about the morning, because the morning, you know how it is with CNBC. You know what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, then you have me, which is, you're going to get entertainment value here, baby. And then, you move along and you have the nightly recap. Who knows? Maybe that's in play. Maybe that's in play.
We shall see.
Maybe that's in play.
We shall see.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Landy, the puppet. You can go ahead
Thanks,
and
David.
tune into him Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m., Fridays at 8 p.m. Sometimes on Fridays he has, his Boy Scout committee come through and they break down all things candlesticks.
And by the way, shout out to Mr. Spread for sharing the market update yesterday. Much love to you, brother.
Much love. And if you guys believe in something, because I know a lot of you guys are sitting back, relaxing, waiting for me to say something. If you really believe in something, then fucking, actually, I gotta do something. Landy, actually, you can stay here for a second. Let's look at, I want to see the latest thing for, because I keep going to the Polymarket stats for the presidential candidate who wins. Where is it? Hold on. Forgot. Where is it? Should we do Fed decision in July? Because I was looking at that also. Do you want to see what the Fed decision looks like, or you want to see who's leading right now for the presidential election?
Well, I think JD's probably going to still be sitting at the top spot. I'm curious what the Fed decision in July is, what the market is trying to price in right now.
Yeah, let me show you something. And of course, this is sponsored by Polymarket. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say that shit. Fed decision is going to be unchanged. That's what they say, unchanged. So,
I would be leaning in that direction as well.
Unchanged. 86%, no change. 15%, a 25 basis points increase.
Yeah, I think that's
crazy.
Highly unlikely.
A lot of people are out there saying, well, hold on. I thought Trump was bringing in somebody that was going to lower the rates here. What happened? No, that's what the conversations are out there, Landy. It's just like, what happened? This is Trump's guy. This is coming from Threads, by the way. This is my conversations on Threads.
Yeah. Well, it's been very clear the type of Fed chair that Warsh wanted to be and now is. And that is, in this case, part of what we're going to see in terms of Polymarket surrounding rate decisions, he declined the dot plot. And he's like, look, the market needs to, instead of front running, needs to react, and the market will decide, right, kind of where things are going in this regard, and take a new approach to how to manage Fed monetary policy, right? And I think that he's going to meet his goals that he laid out. And I'll lay that case out as we start getting more monthly numbers in. But I think that he really is going to be able to meet his goal. I didn't see it at first, but I think that he's going to meet the goal of being able to lower rates and decrease the balance sheet. I think that he will actually be successful in that regard. And I've mentioned this just by by looking at the price of oil being down versus Dixie pumping. What do you get even if we get a spike up, which we got a nice rally off of the lows for off of a major monthly level for oil, and Dixie is, chopping around near some very important zones above $100. But if we continue to see that spread, that gap, that the uncorrelated portion instead of being correlated, meaning that we have one moving in one direction, one moving in the opposite direction, and that that correlation spread remaining fairly wide at this point, with what I believe going forward is going to be continued pressure down on oil, even if we get a nice face melting rally, and it really doesn't matter. I think that we're going to continue to see pressure down, which lowers inflation across the entire economy, global economy, and the United States economy. And if you have a strong dollar, you get deflationary pressures. You get what many economists like to call the stagnation in growth. But in reality, what's happening is you're stripping inflation out of the system while keeping the dollar floated a little bit higher. If he
Yeah.
can manage that, that's going to give him latitude to actually make the cuts and decrease the balance sheet. And obviously, there's a lot of challenges that come into play with this, but I think that he'll end up being successful. Um, and I think that many missed the point during his first press conference as Fed chair. And I think that he's going to continue to paint the picture that that the market's going to have to start to understand going forward. And this is I think that he will get there. I don't think that it's an environment right now where he's just going to come in and start cutting. That would be irresponsible. Um, and it's really going to come down to where are we at in terms of inflation and where are we at in terms of the strength of the dollar and what does the job market look like. Obviously, they still have the dual mandate, but he is throwing out a lot of the old ways of doing things in terms of his approach.
Yeah.
Now it's going to come down to the board. And this is actually what I would consider a hostile board to his agenda. And I think that's where the real fight's going to be is the board members and him.
All right. Um. Yeah. That if they raise the rates, that would be fucking crazy. I got to tell you, that would be fucking crazy. I expect though. I expect them to cut the rate though. I really expect them to cut. I don't expect them. Not now, but I'm saying maybe at the end of the year, throwing a cut.
My projection as well is that they will likely get an opportunity Q4, whether they take that or not, is going to depend on, a lot of the macroeconomic data coming in month over month through the summer into fall. Um, but I think that the groundwork for what I'm seeing in terms of economics here in the United States is in a position that would allow for cuts at the end of the year if they choose to vote that way. I don't think there is any need for a raise in rates right now, and I think that that would not be
Not be good for the economy at all.
well, not only would it not be good for the economy, but I don't think that that's a realistic conversation at this particular moment
Yeah.
unless things significantly change in the underlying dynamics of the economy. And look, what the Fed watches is core inflation. They're not
Yeah.
watching they're not watching CPI year over year, month over month. Obviously, they're watching it, but my point being is what are they weighing? They're weighing the core metrics. And I
Yeah.
do believe that we're gonna even if we get, some nice rallies in oil, I think that the lower cost per barrel will work its way through to those core metrics and start to reflect in deflationary pressures, price pressures, and you'll see core metrics come down for inflation coming into the fall. And I say that despite what is happening in the Middle East right now. And I know that people are like, well, it's just the Middle East, everything's on fire again, and the whole thing's blowing up, and the whole deal's done and off, and we don't know what's going on. But realistically, from a logistics um, and supply chain side of things, the fundamental work of going around that particular region and the world has already been laid. So it really just comes down to is any kind of Saudi or UAE infrastructure as the two major exporters in the area, one to the Gulf of Oman, one to the Red Sea. If
Yeah.
any of that's damaged, then there is, of course, there is going to be repercussions for that seen throughout the global economy.
Yeah.
But, and if this the Schrodinger Strait, whether it's closed or it's open, that's all just extra. It's like bonus. You see stuff moving there, it's just more intense downside price pressures on oil. So, you know, I think that we have and will see the the ceiling and the floor reset lower for oil. And what I would actually be watching, and what is a little bit more concerning, although there are a lot of American companies that are down there in Venezuela, is after all of the destruction of not just, obviously a lot of loss of human life. And my prayers for those people that lost loved ones, and for those that are battling after the earthquake there to go on living in Venezuela. But from a economic standpoint, we were really and still are ramping up imports and processing of Venezuelan oil, and we'll just have to see for any kind of infrastructure that was damaged, because there was some oil and gas infrastructure that was damaged there, if that has any significant effect on the exports there. And that so far, thus far, has remained um, resilient, let's say. But if there is any problems that crop up, that's the only other thing that I'd be really paying attention to. Anything can happen at any time, but I think that we will find ourselves in an environment where Warsh can make a very good case for a cut later this year. But it would have to come near the end of the year, very late, and it's really going to come down to the board of governors.
Landy. By the way, you can check this all out because I'm using obviously Polymarket to go ahead and get my stats here or data on certain things. Gavin Newsom, by the way, I know we were talking about the rates and stuff, but now he's at 18, AOC's at 14, John's making a run. He's up 8%. He's at 12% now. And Kamala Harris is up 2%. So I must have fudded her yesterday, and all the Democrats got mad. So Rob and the rest of the Democrats.
Man,
I'm just messing around. But
can you imagine a Newsom AOC ticket?
I said that yesterday. I think that's going to happen.
Disaster for the Democrats if that's the case.
That's just like, you might as well not even have. Don't even spend money. Just give it to Vance and Rubio. They'll be fine. There's no need to spend that money. Give it out to the homeless. Or something. I don't know.
Look, I mean, if that's your starting lineup right there, when I'm looking at the Democrats starting lineup, they've got problems. They've got a lot to fix.
You are the Cleveland Browns right now. Like you are the Cleveland Browns, man. Respectfully. You are. That's what you're looking like. All right, Landy, I'll catch up with you 100% later. We'll go ahead and hopefully we'll go ahead and chat, and yeah. That was a good chat, man. It was a good chat. I'm gonna finish up here.
Yep. Thanks.
That is Landy. You better tune in to Landy the Puppet. Oh, that's what I'm gonna call you from now. Landy the Puppet, ladies and gentlemen. Landy, man, he's so excited right now. He's gonna probably do weird things to himself or something. Yeah, so y'all have a decision to make. I know you guys are in here and you're watching. If you really believe in something, and you know what I'm talking, let me showcase it. Let's go ahead and showcase what's happening with my wallet right now. It's time for me to buy something too. I've been so caught up with everything. I haven't even bought anything. It's time for me to buy something, man. Legit. It's really time for me to buy something. That doesn't mean that, nothing will happen. It's just time for me to buy something. That's my wallet right now. Go ahead and look at it. I haven't even bought anything. Right now you have the white bull at the top of the wallet. This was sent to me. Thank you to the community. I appreciate that you like me so much. The community sent me almost 65%. It's really 64% of the supply. Its current market cap is at 1.52 million. I don't know what this is. I haven't even looked at that. There's a sun bull in here. And then there's... Hold on. You guys see this shit or no? Do you guys see what I'm doing or no? Hold on. me see if you guys can see it. Do you guys see this or no? You guys see it or no? Does anybody see this shit? Okay, you guys see it? Okay. As I run this whole thing down, so okay, so like I said, the white bull is number 1 right now. We got sun bull. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna look into that. We got what the fuck is this? Oh, another David. Another. Now I'm a dog. You guys are crazy, bro. Then we have the other white bull. This one though with my last name. Yeah, and then a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. There's how many pages? There's more pages than this. I'm not going through all of this shit. But yeah, yesterday I acknowledged that people put up a billboard, which is really cool. Put up a billboard of me on top of the Waffle House across the street from where the World Cup is. That was really nice. I definitely appreciated that. That was totally fucking awesome. So that reminded me of the old school era, the old school culture type of shit. So that was dope. Yeah. But again, like I said, it is up to the community to. It's really like the community decides what they want, man. Like that's ultimately how I look at everything in the meme economy. So I want to buy something on here too. I really do want to buy. Like I said, the whole purpose of this thing to create a pump.fun profile was to buy a troll, buy a Bobo, but whatever. Like whatever I like on Solana, just buy it up there, showcase. You know, so, and this will work out. And like I said, this will work itself out. Bottom line. It'll work as everybody, you know, from my perspective, if I can give my perspective here, all these other, and I don't even want to put myself in that category because I don't feel I'm there. But everybody shot their load off. If you look at everything, everybody shot their load off. I haven't done anything. I haven't claimed anything in terms of like, hey, give him my blessing, or I haven't done anything. Wojak, that's right also. So, yeah. We'll be right back with the quote of the day after this commercial break.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. I'm back. Quote of the day. I wanted to. There's a Mike Tyson quote out here, which I liked. I'll give like two of them. Whatever you want, especially when you're striving to be the best in the world at something, there will also always be disappointments, and you can't be emotionally tied to them because they'll break your spirit. I like that. I like that 100%. Let me give a round of applause to Tyson. I like these two too, because my mindset is crazy like this. Fear is the greatest obstacle to learning, but fear is your best friend. Fear is like fire. If you learn to control it, you let it work for you. That's absolutely true. And then confidence breeds success, and success builds confidence. It's all about the belief that you can do it. And I fuck with that as well. I fuck with that as well. I like this too. Greatness is when you make your delusions your reality. Nothing's impossible for someone who's going to try. And that's the truth. Nothing is impossible for somebody who's out there trying. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, July 9th, 2026. The show is sponsored by Midnight. Shout out to Midnight. Go check. I always tell you guys, go check out Midnight City. Go check out me in Midnight City. Fridays is usually the day that me and Landy go ahead and play around in Midnight City and laugh and have a good time. Hopefully I can bring the gang with me, okay? Well, hopefully we can bring the gang with us here. Also, Polymarket. Polymarket is the official prediction market sponsor of the breakdown. Shout out to Polymarket. And we just talked about two things with Polymarket here. And that was the Democratic presidential nominees for 2028. And also the rate cuts. Are we going to have any rate cuts? Or are we going to have the Fed go ahead and jump rates? We don't know, man. Hopefully that does not happen. We had Landy on here. He was breaking that down. Shout out to Cake Wallet. Congratulations to Vic and the staff for the release of Radar Chat. I think it's game changer, especially if people take to it. I think they will. Brick by brick, right? You continue to build. I'm very confident in, obviously, Vic and that entire team. Look what they've done with Cake Wallet. Look how far it's come. I talked about this with Landy. I'm pretty sure they'll have I would say an easier time because this is necessary with Bitcoin. Bitcoiners are definitely going to take to this, and this is great for onboarding. Not saying that Cake Wallet isn't, but Radar, you're literally like, Vic did say something. Like, we have like 19 messaging apps. What if we kept it to one and we're able, especially in crypto, to onboard? So that's, shout out to them. Gmarkets.io for all the latest info. On the markets. On that note, I appreciate you guys. Stop looking at numbers and start building brick by brick. Start building. You need to start building. Like, build. Have the same confidence you had on day one. Otherwise, you're just mesmerized by numbers and nothing's ever going to happen. I'm just keeping it 100% with you guys. If you're just staring at numbers, nothing's going to happen. And if this is a numbers game, then fuck that. Like, I'm personally not interested. I'm interested in actual building, like or memeing. Like, forget about just and building. When I say building a community, that's what I'm interested in, and bringing back the vibes, which I've talked about. That's what I'm interested in, and memeing, having fun memeing. That's it. That really is all. That's it. That's all it is. And we could do something fucking great, or we could just be one and done. That is really up to the community to decide. And on that note, God bless you all, man. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day and an even better tomorrow. Shout out to Big Unk for that, as always.